how to improve your performance by creating your own algorithms. So when I first came across this approach and heard the word algorithm, I immediately thought this must be complex, but it's actually one of the most straightforward productivity tools or approaches that I've used to improve my performance at work or just actually anything in life. So the most basic version of an algorithm is if X happens, then do Y. This simple but powerful algorithm can be used for so many different things. So, do you have any bad habits you want to remove from your life? It could be you always buy a muffin with your coffee every morning, or every time you get a challenging task at work, you put it off for that little bit longer, then it gets harder to complete because you just have less time to do it. Or do you have that inner voice? Well, we all have that inner voice talking to you all the time, just saying things that aren't actually true that can affect your confidence or affect the decisions that you make. For example, if you walk out the office 30 minutes early because you need to go and get your kids, have you ever had that inner voice saying to you, I'm sure my boss is thinking, where's he going at this time? And in reality, they're probably not even noticed to actually care that you're leaving a little bit early because they know your situation. Or another example is you've attended a meeting at work and for whatever reason, you didn't have that much to say and you leave the meeting thinking, I bet they didn't think much of me in that meeting. It might be new to the company, wondering why you were even there. But again, in reality, the attendees probably just really focused on what they were saying and the outcome of the meeting and the actions and what they need to do, not what you're doing. But our habits have a significant impact on how we perform, and that inner voice can have an even bigger impact on our confidence, how we act, and our own decisions, or some cases, the decisions that we don't actually make. So, how do you help fix bad habits, improve good habits, or help fight back against that inner voice that's continually telling you things that really don't serve you? You do it with what I call performance algorithms. So, to create your performance algorithms, first of all, you do need to find a quiet space, a little bit of time where you just won't be interrupted, and write down about 10 to 20 things, like the examples I just gave. They don't have to be really big, they can be small as well, of things you would no longer like to do or things that you'd like to improve upon. So it could be a bad habit, how you react to certain situations or people, or it could be related to that inner voice you hear when you're in that meeting for an interview, big presentation, or in those moments when you procrastinate. Now, the descriptions don't need much detail, just a few words or a sentence or two of each one, because as long as you understand what you're trying to resolve, because this is just you writing this down, because if you do, and you know that if you improve upon these things, your life will improve with it, then it's a good one to write down. Next, what you need to do is take that first item on your list and write your first if-then algorithm. For example, using a straightforward one like I mentioned earlier, stop buying that muffin with your coffee in the morning. Here are some examples of the algorithms you could create. If I order a coffee, then I always order a healthy snack. Or if I order a coffee, then I always pick up an apple from my desk to take with me when I go and get that coffee. Or last one, if I order a coffee, then I count down from 5 to 1, which reminds me not to buy that chocolate muffin once again. So create one that works for you and then move on to the next one. So another example could be pre-pitch or that big meeting nerves where the inner voice tells you all the things that could go wrong. And it's just building up that anxiety and sweaty palms, nervousness, etc. So you could say, if I'm feeling nervous, then I use the I'm excited tool to calm myself down, which is something I've spoken about before. Or if I'm feeling nervous, then I remind myself just how good I'll feel once I'd finish the pitch or the meeting or whatever it might be. Or finally, if I'm feeling nervous, then I visualize myself talking confidently and the audience is just enjoying what I'm saying and they're smiling back at me. So again, you just pick one and then you just move on again in your list. And then once you have your list of performance algorithms, you need to start implementing them. But with a list of 10 to 20, you're never going to remember them all the time. So begin to put them in places where they're easily accessible for when you need them. And this will be whatever works for you. But some examples are on your desktop at work. You could have a sticky note, which is on Macs, or something that's just saved to your desktop. So it makes them nice and easy to access, to just pop and open every now and again to remind yourself what they are. You could have a quick link to a document that you could also easily access on your mobile, or add them as a reminder in your diary so they pop up regularly. This could be at the start of the week or the start of the day. They're the two best places to add them because it's when you're starting to think ahead a little bit. Or do you journal? So you can store them here. So they're set there as a reminder when you're reviewing your day or week. So link to the journal location. If you do daily end of reviews or how your day went or weekly, whatever it might be, you'll likely have some moments when you forget to use your performance algorithms when you look back at the day. So when doing your reviews, have those performance algorithms visible so you can capture the lessons learned and go, right, I'm going to implement that one next time. I missed that one time. So create your performance algorithms, test them regularly, adapt them, improve them, create new ones. And as you improve or come across new challenges in life, you'll think of another one. But the more you practice these, the simple if-then algorithms, the better your performance will be at work. And soon you'll find your inner voice, it's playing back your performance algorithms to you rather than your negative voice. So you're just running those algorithms without even thinking, in the subconscious. All right. So if you enjoyed this tip, then please share it with anyone you think will benefit from this too.